Hi and welcome to another video here at Piano Vibes. Today we'll be going over lead sheets and how to use them. So let's dive right in. I am going to type in one of my favorite songs, Talking to the Moon, Bruno Mars. I like it, what can I say? So if you wanted to listen to it, you would just click on it. I just wanted to pull it up in case you guys don't know how to use YouTube. Talking to the Moon, and I'm going to type in Bruno Mars. I'm going to put chords at the end. That's the key word, right? Put the name of the song, the artist, and then always remember to put chords. Now, Ultimate Guitar will probably be the first thing to pop up. Just click on it. And it's going to tell you the name of the song, and then it's going to tell you the artist. It also tells you these things. This is probably the most important thing. The difficulty, novice, tuning, that's standard tuning. Capo, 4th fret, key of C. So here's what you need to know. This is for guitarists, ideally, right? But pianists can use it too. To understand what a capo is, you basically have to understand half steps. So 4th fret as a capo would mean 4 half steps. It means that when the guitarist plays a C on their guitar, the capo makes it sound like C, C sharp, 4 half steps above C. So it would be C sharp, D, D sharp, E. So they would be playing a C, but it would sound like an E. Again, a capo just means half step. And what a guitarist does, they attach the capo to their guitar, and when they play the note C, they're going to actually be playing E. Again, they're going to play C on their guitar, but it's going to sound like an E. It's basically a cheat, right? And we can do the same on piano, but for piano it's called transposition or transpose. A lot of keyboards have that ability. The reason why I discourage using it is because pianos, which are acoustic instruments, do not have a transposition button. And so do not attempt to cheat the system. For the sake of simplicity, we're going to use this, but we need to know and remember that this is capo 4. Okay? So going down here, we see the first chord is C, and then C again for the intro, and then the song starts C chord, E7, A minor, G. What you'll see is that the letter placement corresponds to where the chord is in relation to the song. So please keep that in mind. Remember that if you haven't seen my sharps, flats, and chords tutorial, go ahead and watch that. C means C major. We make a major chord by playing 4 and 7, well, counting 4 and 7. E7, have not talked about 7th chords. That would be for late, intermediate, and advanced students. If you don't know how to make a 7th chord, just make a regular E chord and ignore the 7. And then A minor, we make a minor by 3 and 7, then G, F, and etc., etc. Same chords over and over and over again. With our right hand, we want to do the chord. With our left hand, we want to mimic whatever the chord is playing. So for instance, in right hand we would play a G, but in left hand we would a G chord, but in left hand we would just play a G bass. So you would just hold the note G down, if that makes sense. All right. For the chorus now, something really important happens on this chorus. So remember F, we play F and F both hands, F chord in right hand, F in left hand, G chord in right hand, G in left, A minor in right hand, A in left. However, when you get to this point right here, right, where you have a G/B, you need to note something, right? This is a figured bass. If you've watched my tutorial on You Raise Me Up, it was for Tatiana. This is what I'm talking about, where you have a G chord, but you have a different bass. So usually it would be G in right hand, G in left hand. However, they're telling you here, by means of G/B, they want you to play a G chord in your right hand, but a B in your left hand to accompany it, right? And that's the only place that happens in this song. So make sure that you're paying attention to it, okay? And that'll be the whole song. Now, the only thing about learning a song in capo is that it will not sound like the original. And by that, I mean you can't play it with the original. The chords are still correct, but the original is in a different key. So let's see if we can find a different version that has, so this version is still in C. That is not it. This version is in D. The key is not D. And we'll talk about how I know what the key is here in a second. So this is the original key. This is the key of E. All right. So you can see it. The first chord is actually E. I know you're somewhere out there. And when you say somewhere, you play G sharp 7. Right? G sharp would be major. The 7 we haven't talked about yet, but you can just ignore the 7. Right? I'm not here to teach you 7th chords. If you don't know them, I'll make a tutorial for you. What I want to look at is further down right here. Look at this. This is 2 chords of back-to-back different bass lines. So we'd have C sharp minor with E, B flat with D sharp. Really, really important to be able to do these and do them quickly. Know that whenever you see a slash and you're reading a lead sheet, it's telling you that the right hand plays the chord, the left hand plays a different bass. Okay? You shouldn't have any questions moving forward. The one thing that I did not answer that I will currently answer is how I knew that E was the correct note. Well, we talked about it the first time around when we were on this, right? It said capo is to the 4th fret, and the note that they gave us was C. So we would just count 4 half steps from C. 4 half steps from C is E. So the original song is actually written in E. Whenever you have a capo and the song tells you that it's capoed, that's how you're going to know whether you need to move it up a half step or look for a different version. Remember, you can learn a capoed version and it still be the song, so there isn't a big issue there. Now, why are lead sheets important? I have so many students that come into class and ask to learn a song that they could have learned the bones for, if that makes sense. These are just the bones. It's not anything else. It's not anything fancy. If the song, does a lot of piano motions or arpeggios, or there's just really, really nice melody, this does not include that. This is just the bare bones of what makes the song up. But knowing these in advance and coming in and already being familiar with them lets us finish the song in lesson, rather than us starting and me having to pull up a lead sheet for you. So the reason for this tutorial is that I want my students that already know how to make chords to find, look up, and bring in songs with the lead sheets that they want to learn. I see no problem in you doing that. Any song that you hear on the radio, there's probably a lead sheet for it, and so I want you to go out of your way to learn and use what I'm teaching you. A lot of times you only use what I ask of you in class, and it's not going to be enough, because students that are taking advantage of this skill, they're going to get better than you very, very quickly, if they're not already past you. All right, so keep that in mind and work hard. All right.